2NURFM News for our sponsor Guardian Jewellery, Toronto Town Square and the Esplanade, Warners Bay.
It's 1 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Jacob Dunstan with 2NURFM Hunter News. Newcastle Lord Mayor Jacinta Lee is defending the decision to sack General Manager Ken Goldthorpe, saying it's in the best interest of the organisation. The GM has been shown the door just 2 years into a 5-year contract, despite achieving a score of 6.3 out of 10 in a performance review and helping to slash a ballooning budget, which was tipped to reach $11 million at the time he was hired. Jacinta Lee says the majority of councillors felt Mr Goldthorpe had failed to perform to expectations.
This council has genuinely given a fair go to our employees, the previous general manager in this case. My colleagues and I deliberated at length on this matter and genuinely decided it would be in the best interests of the city and the organisation to have new operational leadership moving forward.
However, Councillor Brad Luke says it's an appalling decision and believes the local government minister should sack the council and appoint an administrator.
Really, I would just be calling on the minister to act quickly before this has a devastating impact on Newcastle. The staff are absolutely in disarray. They can't believe what has occurred.
An internal investigation has been launched into a collision between two police vehicles at Fletcher this morning. Police say an unmarked patrol car turned into the path of a paddy wagon on Minmi Road while taking part in a pursuit. Two female officers who were front seat passengers in each car suffered minor injuries and were taken to the John Hunter Hospital. 5 youths were arrested over the chase. The further 8-month ban on commercial fishing in the Hunter River has left local fishers uncertain and anxious as to what their future holds. There are fears to the Hunter River itself could be closed for business as the effects of the Williamtown toxic leak continues to spread. Local workers are heading into their 9th week without an income. Mary O'Kane from the Williamtown expert panel acknowledges the major financial hardships for families.
It's a terrible thing, and that's why the government's looking to how it can secure compensation and issues like that. Over that time, the next steps are having Defence and its contractors, as the polluter, do the human health risk assessment.
The SES has sensationally stood down the entire Lake Macquarie unit following claims bullying drove the newly appointed local controller Steve Kieran to resign. The decision is especially significant for the Hunter as it has arrived in the midst of the invariably busy storm season. Deputy Commissioner Greg Newton says the community will be served by several other units filling in.
There are three very large units around the Lake Macquarie area and a smaller unit actually in the Lake Macquarie local government area. So all of those units have been briefed in how they provide support to Lake Macquarie, and as early as yesterday, a team from Newcastle was down assisting the community in what is typically Lake Macquarie's area.
Volunteers in Newcastle are needed to help collect donations for the annual Red Ribbon Street Appeal in the lead up to World AIDS Day. Money raised will help run programs and services that are essential to ending the HIV epidemic in New South Wales. Newcastle's ACON Community Health Promotion Officer, Lisa Runnenberg, says it's easy to register and volunteer.
If people want to help sell red ribbons, all they have to do is donate a few hours of their time. It's pretty simple. They can register online at redribbonappeal.org.au. In Newcastle, we have 3 days where we're doing the Red Ribbon Appeal, so people can register to come to one or all of those if they want to.
In finance, the All Ords is up 7 points at 53.92 and $1 Australian dollar is buying 71.29 US cents.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor Warners Bay Sports Club's Melbourne Cup Carnival.
The Jets are eyeing off Socceroos legend Aaron Mooy as their biggest threat in Friday night's game against Melbourne. Newcastle will be looking to shut down the star midfielder at every turn. Mooy led Melbourne to a stunning 3-1 victory over the Central Coast on Sunday. Northern New South Wales football boss David Eland is asking for A-League academy guidelines after 3 emerging Jets players left for the Central Coast. The promising juniors switched to the Mariners on Monday, just 3 weeks after gaining selection. Eland says strict league principles would help to curb a domino effect throughout the region. Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union is shaking up the Colts division, changing the under-20s to under-19s. Instead of getting the axe, the competition will be shortened to a midweek game open to all clubs in the zone. It's big news for small clubs trying to fill a lineup throughout the season. Meanwhile, Lake Macquarie have started a major rebuild of their own with the arrival of premiership-winning coach Tim Chidgey. Chidgey will take over from Danny Maver to coach the club's juniors as the Roos announced they'll be staying in the union. That's sport. I'm Jacinta Lee.
2NURFM news time is 1:04.
Whatever Japanese or Korean car